Hi everyone, welcome back to JPWHUTV. My name is John, your host as always. I hope you're all doing well. This video is sponsored by the channel sponsor 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website, where you can purchase retro shirts from the 60s all the way through to the early 2000s, including the 1976 home shirt that inspired this season's home kit, and also the 1980 FA Cup final kit as well, which inspired this away kit for this season. There's also Admiral and Umbro track jackets, polo shirts, t-shirts and sweatshirts in there, guys, so go check those out. But you don't have to make any purchases purely through that link. Literally anything you are purchased through that link for 3 Retro, so you can purchase some very nice England retro shirts. There's some very nice SPL, Premier League and even European League retro shirts as well, so go check those out. Any purchases made through the link in the description below, 18 purchases will be going directly through to Isla's Fight. We've already had 2 so far, so thank you very much to the 2 people that have made those purchases. But the remaining 18 out of the 20 that I said that we would go to will go directly to Isla's Fight. So thank you very much for any purchases that you may be making. Now, as you saw from the intro, this is the preview of the first away game for West Ham of the 1920 Premier League season, where we're away to Brighton and Hove Albion at the Amex on Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock. So let's talk about Brighton first of all. They won their first fixture of the season 3-0 away at Watford, with debut goals from Andone and Morpay, I think you pronounce it. Now, obviously, as we know, Morpay was a striker that we were linked with, but obviously didn't get there properly in time because we focused the majority of our attention on Allaire, which unfortunately I have to come to in a little while. Now, as you also remember, Brighton got rid of Chris Hughton just before the end of the season last season, and brought in Swansea's manager Graham Potter, who was previously a left back throughout his playing career. So it's quite nice to see a defensive-minded man in charge of a football team. But at the same point, from what we're seeing from the highlights of the Watford game, they are playing some really nice free-flowing football. So that's really going to give us a bit of trouble, as it gave Watford, and I'm sure it's going to give other teams in the Premier League problems this season as well. Now, talking about our first league game of the season, we lost 5-0 to Man City at lunchtime kickoff on Saturday at home at the London Stadium. Unfortunately, Creswell was pretty poor of that. Antonio played fantastically well. I thought his tactical substitution at half-time was a bit harsh, to be honest with you. I think he had a very good game, and it seemed to kind of give City the window to score those 4 goals they did in the second half, unfortunately. I also thought that Allaire played very well. Rice had a very good game in terms of the performance overall. He was there for some very good interceptions and tackles, but yes, there is an argument that he gave the ball away a little bit too much. But as I say, those 3 players for me really stood out. Wilshere, yes and no. Now, our last 6 league encounters with Brighton doesn't make very good reading, I'm afraid, guys. We've won 2, drawn 1 and lost 3 out of the last 6 league games with Brighton. That draw obviously coming at the London Stadium last season. Other than that, it's even-handed, I suppose. We've won 2, drawn 1, lost 3. So there's a good chance that we're not going to get anything, especially bearing in mind that of what I'm about to come to. But especially bearing in mind that Lewis Dunk is always given us a bit of a hard time, as has Glenn Murray as well. So if you're going to do any bets or sort your fantasy league out this season, I would certainly edge your bets on those 2 getting either an assist or a goal respectively, or possibly both, who knows. Now, Pellegrini has confirmed in today's pre-match conference that we aren't focusing on the European places. We are focusing on how we are playing, which is the right thing to do. It's a completely logical thing to do, because at the end of the day, you can't focus on Europe if you're playing badly. It makes sense. He also says that we need to be playing 100% at our best, and we are conscious that we must play with a high pace if we want to win. Now, that I can't argue with any shape or form. That's exactly as we started out with the City game, and that's exactly how I expect us to be playing as well. PremierInjuries.com confirmed that Jose Izquierdo, Yves Bissouma, I think you pronounced that, and Chiletto are all ruled out for this game for Brighton, and they each don't have a return to fitness date yet. So that's the only injuries that I've seen so far as of the recording. Now, unfortunately for West Ham, it comes as no surprise that unfortunately it's been announced that Anderson and Allaire had slight knocks from the City game. They are doubts for Saturday, and they are going to be reviewed on Friday or tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this video. But you know as well as I do, that means they're pretty much not fit for the starting 11, which is a real shame because it was looking likely that, well, Anderson and Wilshere, according to PremierInjuries.com, was 75% chance of starting as of this morning. Now that's obviously going to change. But we did say that Wilshere has been training fine and he's basically okay, so he could be in the starting 11 for this weekend. There was no mention of Noble, and PremierInjuries.com say that he is a 25% chance of playing, but it did actually seem later on that it was confirmed that Noble was still out for a couple of weeks, as per the rumours that have been floating around for the last few days. Now, so let's talk about the starting 11. Now, the starting 11 that I would pick if Anderson and Allaire are fine, which I'm hoping they will be, because otherwise we're lumbered, especially for attacking options up, definitely. I would start Fabianski in goal with Fredericks, Balbuena, Diop and Masuaku, the front four in front of him, with Wilshere and Rice as the holding midfielders, and Antonio, Lanzini and Anderson making up the attacking midfield with Allaire up front. But my gut instinct is saying that Pellegrini is going to pick Fabianski, Fredericks, Diop, Balbuena, Masuaku, Rice, Wilshere, Antonio, Lanzini and Fornals with Hernandez up front. Now, at the same point, that starting 11 could be in one of three formations, or possibly both, without any substitutes. We could go a 4-2-3-1, as I've highlighted. We could go a 4-1-4-1, or we could do a 4-1-3-1-1. So, but there's options there, guys. There really is options. So you never know. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. It's a bit of a blow to see that Allaire is potentially not going to be ready for this game. I did say during the summer transfer window, even with Allaire coming in, because we got rid of 2.5 strikers. So let's face it, Arnautovic was an attacking midfielder at best. We needed to bring in at least another 1 or 2 strikers on top of Allaire. But let me know your thoughts in the comments section below, guys. Let me know your starting 11, your formation, and also what you think the result's going to be. If you're new to the channel, welcome. It's nice to see you. 52% of the viewers of all the videos over the last 4 weeks have been from non-subscribers. So guys, click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get the first notification of when all new podcasts and live streams and new videos are going up. Please also, if you like the video and you feel I deserve it, please click the like button. And if you don't like it, click the dislike button and let me know why you don't like this video in the comments section below, and please share this content with anybody else that you feel may want to watch it. If you want to contact me on Twitter, you can find me with username of @JPWHUTV. If you want to interact with me on Facebook, there is a channel set up for JPWHUTV, and there's also a group page set up as well. Now, with the JPWHUTV Fantasy League, that is predominantly being discussed every Monday or Tuesday, depending if there's a Monday night game or not, at 8 o'clock on the Facebook. It's either going to be on the group page or the channel page. The first video went up on the group page, but I'm not entirely sure how successful that was. I do need to make a couple of tweaks for the next one, but as I say, it's looking like it's going to be Tuesday, which is going to be straight after the interaction with Graham Howlett from Knees Up Mother Brown. He's coming on at 8 o'clock on Tuesday. So guys, sign up to the Facebook page and group page as quickly as you can, as I say, because if you want to know, if you're in the group, if you're in the fantasy league and you want to know where your stats are and what your improvements have been, then that's the best way to find out, other than going on the app, of course. But it's going to be nice to interact with you guys, because it'll be a live conversation as well, won't be recorded, so you'll be able to watch that as well. So thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you at 10 to 2 on Saturday afternoon, because I will be doing a watch with for the Brighton game, and I will also be doing a watch with for the Watford game next weekend as well. So in the meantime, guys, look after yourselves, and I'll see you soon.